The next speaker I'm going to introduce in English. In the early 19th, there nearly had been a crash of two airplanes at Delta Airport at Dallas. In one of those airplanes, I had been sitting. The distance between the two airplanes was less than 20 meters. So at the end, I had been lucky to meet Thierry Hertoge at the meeting of Bill Ray, where we both joined, and we both were young doctors, he younger than me, and already during that time he had a lot of knowledge concerning hormones. I didn't see him then until today. He became better and better, wrote a lot of books dealing with hormones. Meanwhile, is president of two international operating societies dealing with this topic. And he's going to talk to us concerning health consequences of endocrine disruptors, including prenatal time, and the possibilities of preventive and restorative effects by hormone therapy. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I thank the organizers also to be here, to having me invited there, from you to being here, because I feel that you're very awakened doctors. Actually, I'm very honored to be able to talk before you. Now, the topic I'm going to talk is, of course, some stressful topic, like many of you have talked, because also all those toxins will damage the endocrine glands, and we will have hormone deficiencies with all those toxins, and also the baby and the fetus in utero. But there's also some good news, is that here we're probably also going to talk about probably the most potent therapy, except the fact that you take out toxins, that you do prevention, the most potent therapy to restore people, because the hormone therapies repair what the damage has been done by toxins. I don't mean they repair everything, but it's probably the best chance of a physician to get a person out of a severe fatigue syndrome caused by toxins or by diseases caused by toxins, is to improve the hormone status. So we'll look about this. And so what first are endocrine disruptors? Well, they are foreign chemicals, something that does not belong to the body, and they can have three types of effects. They either can do the same as hormones, they mimic the effects, they boost the hormone receptors by binding to those receptors, or they can block the effects of hormones by blocking the receptors, or binding to a hormone, or blocking the synthesis of the hormone. And they can also just disturb or up and down effect by interfering with the hormone transport or assimilation. So they have three different actions that can occur following the endocrine disruptor. And they are described here on, you see they can block, so we don't have the hormone effect anymore, or they can mimic, and we do have the cellular response, or they can disturb, and we have an irregular effect, and many of people who are intoxicated do have those irregular hormone effects. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So now, how safe have chemicals to be on the market? Every year there's about 2,000 newly invented chemicals that come on the market, and actually they don't have to go to very many tests to get on the market. And there's also nothing as an obligatory test to test if they do affect the endocrine glands. Now, why would the endocrine glands be more affected than other organs? Well, often because endocrine glands have the quickest blood flow to the gland. If the thyroid has a very quick blood flow to the adrenal glands, and so the blood comes many more times there, and giving more occasion for the toxins to accumulate there and to do damage. So there are four points we have to think about, because about endocrine disruption is first that very often with those chemicals, a low dose already matters, already hurts the body or the endocrine glands. wide range of health effects, very various. You know about mercury. It has a widespread effects on many different. And then the problem is also the persistence of biological effects. If you have a heavy metal, it stays there, so it will stay and have persistent effects. If you have damaged an organ or an endocrine gland, the damage may persist. It may be a definitive damage. There may be a lack of cells. Or it can also be a sort of ubiquitous exposure also. You can have phthalates from medications. You can have phthalates from plastic bottles and things like that. And so that actually, if we take care for certain things, we'll have the toxin maybe other way. So that means that not only do we have to avoid exposure, but we need to have therapies daily that we take that can take out the toxins of the body and repair the damage. If not, you can do what you want. It's not sufficient to take chemicals out. You have to repair the body.